With the pending launch of my new cookbook soon, we're making one damn fine perfect ribeye and then taking those leftovers and turning them into, well, you'll have to wait and see. You know the expression, take a page out of his book, her book, that thing? We're literally doing that today with a page out of my book that's coming out soon, November 10th of 2020. If it's past that, you can go buy it. If it's before that, you can pre-order that. And there's a link below and whatever. Here's what this book is. It's a book of intentional leftovers. We give you master recipes and then show you what to do with the leftovers so you don't have to eat them the same way all the time. Chicken isn't just chicken tonight and then chicken tomorrow night. Well, it is chicken, but it's chicken in different forms. Today, a steak. In fact, let's look at the chapter, shall we? Oh, but look at the pictures. The pictures are beautiful. Brisket empanadas, brisket fries. Look at that whole brisket. Wait. Then a chili and things to make with a chili, like a shakshuka, classic chili cheese omelet, meatloaf sloppies, best thing ever. Look at that gorgeous meatloaf. And here's our steak. The chapter's called A Big Ass Perfectly Cooked Steak. And each chapter is whatever the item is, and then we turn it into stuff. So this steak is there. Would you love that? Or is everybody screaming right now, Max and Chance, that's too rare?
A good portion of them are.
That's beautiful. But then after this, you can make an amazing steak salad. I think one of the best. But then you can make Mrs. Cooking Guy's favorite appetizer when we have company, these gorgeous little steak and horseradish crostinis. And then you can make these beautiful little steak and caramelized onion flatbreads, so good. But today, we're making this, a Thai beef stir fry with the leftover steak that's gonna make you very, very happy. Okay, we put this book down. Very proud of this whole dumb thing, and there's the back. Anyway, and now we make the steak. Perfectly, we use the reverse sear method. Everybody good?
Yeah. Good.
Everybody hungry?
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna like this. We begin by making our seasoning for this. And this is something I keep at home all the time. It's 3 equal parts. 1, crushed black pepper. 2, kosher salt. And 3, garlic powder. And we just mix. With your fingers, it's fine, everybody. Just fine. I say you make a bunch of this, keep it counterside, you'll use it for everything. And in our case, the steak. So here's what we've got. We've got a gorgeous ribeye. Look, that's a beautiful steak. The last thing you want to do is F it up. That's why this cooking method is perfect. We're gonna season aggressively because it's thick. And remember, it doesn't penetrate. And when you cut it like this, you just get a little bit of seasoning on the edge. So we season. We flip. We season. Oh, the smell of the garlic in this. Not overwhelming, just beautiful. Don't forget edges. And then just get whatever's left on here on the steak. All right, next move. We like a baking sheet with a rack. We like the steak to be elevated so the heat goes all the way around. There it is. It's right there. Now.
Wait, where is it?
What do you mean? It's right there? Why are you doing that?
There it is, right there.
There it is.
There it is.
What am I, being stupid? Please don't put together a little compilation of me saying, there it is, here it is, there it is, here it is. Don't look at Chance. No, I don't want that. But now to make sure that we get this cooked exactly where we want it, to a precise temperature, we're not leaving anything to chance, are we, Chance?
I guess not.
We're gonna use our probe thermometer. So here's what we do. We want the probe of the thermometer to be right in the middle. And I'm not gonna guess. So here's what I do. I lay it on top. That's dead center. Put my fingers here. Now I know when I push this in from the side, I stop when it hits my fingers and I'm in the middle. As parallel as you can. And there you go. Right. My thermometer is set to 130 degrees. When it's ready, it will beep and we will be perfect. How long is this going to take, you might be asking? Well, depends on a few factors. How cold is your steak? Mine is 51 degrees. It hasn't really sat out. How hot is your oven? We want your oven set at 275 degrees for this. But when I say how hot is it, because is your oven really 275 or is it 250 or is it 300? You can answer that question very simply with an inexpensive oven thermometer that just sits on the rack. If you set it for 275 and that thing says 300, turn it down 25 degrees. Is that right? If you set it for 275, oh, and that thing says 300, yes, set it down 25 degrees. You know what I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying? Does everybody get this?
Totally.
So.
But that's why you use this. You just don't want it too hot. You want it cooking evenly. This is what you want. Kiss. Oh my God. The short rib stroganoff. Make short ribs and then the stroganoff. Or the egg rolls with this. It's really a very intelligent cookbook. Here's what you want. Even. This is where we're headed. Sorry for all that. This is where you're headed. Don't leave it to chance. Get a probe thermometer. We'll put a link below. I think this is going to take about between 50 minutes and 1 hour. Maybe a little bit less. So I'm going to put this in. I come back. We're going to make some perfect rice because we want rice for this Thai beef stir fry when the whole thing's done. It's going to be so good. So this is the oven thermometer that I was telling you about. They're inexpensive. We'll put a link. They just sit on either on the rack in the oven or hang from one of the bars. This will tell you what your oven is at, and you want to know. Because it will affect your stuff. If you go to make something out of, I don't know, my cookbook, and it says cook it for 35 minutes, and you cook it for 35 minutes, and whatever it is raw, I don't want you giving me shit. Know the temperature of your oven, and this will help. All right, so another chapter in the book is how to make perfectly cooked steamed rice. We're going to do that now. It's very simple. We start with a cup of Basmati rice, and we're going to rinse it to get all the extra starch off. First things first, rice goes in the pot. 1 cup. We add water. And just using your hand, just do this. Smush it around. You see the water goes milky color. That's the starch coming off that we do not want. Rinsing your rice is an important step. You don't have to be too fanatical about it, but look, you can't even see the rice now because of that white water. Pour this off. Pull the water. Try not to let rice escape. A couple grains is fine. Right, now we add 2 cups of water to the rice. Back we go. 2 cups of water go in. Get it down from the sides. We add a tiny pinch of salt. A little stir. And then on the heat. Here's what happens. Put the pot on the heat, bring it to a boil. When it does, turn it down to a simmer, put the lid on, a tight-fitting lid. Let it simmer for 10 minutes. At the end of 10 minutes, kill the heat, leave the lid on. 5 minutes goes by, take off the lid, a fork, you fluff it up. Perfect rice for everything, including fried rice or fried rice pancakes. Of course, the book is there to help you. Simple. And after the cooking and the resting time with no heat, here we are. Looks like rice. Let's see if it's flaky. Yeah, that's exact. See that? That perfect rice. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you want. Oh, sweet as. This is going to be fantastic. Not clumpy, not sticky, not lumpy. Just nice rice. I'm now just going to keep this warm. Now we check our steak. And in about 48 and a half minutes, our steak is ready. But if you have a good look at it, it's quite ugly, actually. It's cooked all the way through. It's 130 degrees. It's where I want it. But look, because of the low temperature, nothing really great has happened to the outside yet. So we're gonna fix that with a very quick sear. So we're gonna give it a little bit of avocado oil using my brand new Chosen Foods Sam the Cooking Guy logoed bottle. I didn't know what to call it for a second. A little drizzle. And then onto the hot flat top. That's what you want to hear. Our goal is simple. We give it about a minute for color. That's all we're doing. We're only coloring. We're not cooking. And maybe 30 seconds if that's all it takes. I really don't want to change the temperature inside. So let's just quick look. See that? That's enough for me. Wow. That is beautiful. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all she wrote. If you want, you can turn it up on its edge and just sear the fat a little bit. But after that, it comes off, and I guess we could have a bite before we make our stir fry. Normally, I would tell you to let a steak rest, but because we've cooked this at a low temperature, the juices are still pretty much inside. So we can just have a nice little bite. Yep. Let's see how we did. See, this is the point of the reverse sear. It's wall to wall, end to end, beautiful. This, ladies and gentlemen, is 130 degrees on the nose. I like it about 125. I like it a little more rare, but I bow to pressure from Max. But as delicious as you would want. But we're not eating a steak. We're eating it as a Thai beef stir fry. So let's get the vegetables prepped so we can get our stir fry on. All right, here's what we need. We need a half of a red pepper. So we'll do this. We'll just take off two sides. We'll get rid of this little membrane-y thing in here on both. That's just being anal. If you don't want to do that, don't do that. And now we'll cut these guys just into thin little strips. This guy. All right, these guys are set. Push them up to the side. Yellow onion, like this. We're good. Probably each of those. Push this here. Now let's make our sauce, because of course there's always going to be some kind of little sauce. And this is 4 ingredients. And it begins with a couple tablespoons of soy. 1, 2, and you know I have a thing for this thick soy. I'm a fan of it, so sue me. One of my favorite ingredients, tablespoon of fish sauce. Don't think it's weird and fishy. Well, it is actually fishy and a little bit weird, but it is so delicious and it will deliver nothing but amazing flavor. And now we're gonna squeeze 1 lime in, like this. Teaspoon of sugar. And we mix. And when your vegetables are cut and your sauce is made, we can stir fry. Let's get at it. We begin with some avocado oil, of course. And then the vegetables. The ones we just cut. Give them a little stir. Let them start to soften a bit. Uh-oh. This happens very fast, which is why you want everything at the ready. Beautiful, beautiful. And just as they're starting to soften, we'll add 2 more things. Give me a second. It's f***ing hot here, man. On my arms. Look at, do you see the red?
Yeah, Jesus.
Jesus is right. Next up, ginger and garlic. Come on up. There you go. Thank you. Tiny squeeze of oil. And we mix. Wow. How are we smelling, Max?
Beautiful.
Next in, our beautiful beef. And we mix. Let it start to warm up. Two more things. One is our sauce. Don't forget this part. This is very important. Goes like this. Wow. And just when you think it's over, we bring the one thing that really kicks this up into a Thai flavor profile. About a cup of beautiful basil leaves. Wow, if you could get the smell action that's coming off this right now. And guess what? We're ready. Maxie, let's make a bowl. So we begin with some rice in our bowl, of course. Our perfectly cooked steamed rice that's you're going to be very happy you know how to make. And now the beef, the vegetables, that crazy, delicious little gorgeous sauce. A little green. A little more. And last but not least, a few sesame seeds just to finish her off. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a leftover Thai beef stir fry. And it's gorgeous. And will transport you out of your usual food humdrum existence, if your food life is humdrum. And look, it's not just pretty, but it smells amazing from here. Want to see something really funny? Look, there's the picture out of the book.
Basically the exact.
Pretty much the same thing. Well, look, same bowl, same bowl. And I did the food styling for all the photography, so it's gonna look the same. So, the beef, the onions, I mean, look, you've just got a beautiful, beautiful bowl of deliciousness in front of you. So try and get a bite with a little bit of everything on it. They make these things called forks that sometimes work a little easier than I'm quite proficient with sticks, but
Doesn't seem like it.
certainly doesn't now. Okay, I'm going for this big dumb. That's the part that makes me so happy. Look, don't let the fish sauce freak you out. It just does the most wonderful things in the umami sense of just driving the savoriness just through the roof. It's so good. You want to change vegetables? Change vegetables, I say. Recipes are a guide. Like this whole book is a guide. By the way, we'll put a link to it at the bottom. We have links to order it for all over the place. You guys in New Zealand, we got you covered. Australia, there. Canada, oh yes, we got you too. UK, it's in the link. So check it out. Make this. Here's the idea of the book, and this is how you should think about running your food world. Make something today and don't just use it the same way the next day. Change it up a little bit. That makes life in terms of food so much more interesting. You dig? And if you like this, and you like these two boys back here, smash the hell out of that like button. Become a subscriber.
Now you like saying it.
No, just for today. Become a subscriber, and then we come to you. Oh, no, but the notification bell, then we come to you. All right. You got to do it.